Good morning. Welcome to another class, another week. Today, as every Monday, we start the week practicing, especially the early morning practice. Feels good to release the tensions and to start focusing on how we feel. Today, the session is focused on the root chakra. And we'll do a little bit of root chakra sequences as well tomorrow, that we've got a sitting session. But basically, when we talk about root chakra, we are talking about the first chakra, which is on the base of the spine and is connected with belonging, with work, with relationship in family, with the place we live, whether we feel connected, whether we feel rooted. So that connection with the earth as well. If we feel in any time that there is a disconnection or that we're not so sure whether we're doing the work that we do, then perhaps it's because the root chakra is blocked. So there's a few exercises that we can do to get that energy again flowing. So hands on your knees, and let's just connect with the breath first. Do a little bit of twists and turns, just so we can shake the body gently and feel more comfortable. Okay, and then align the spine, relax the shoulders, align the neck, and you should feel like someone is pulling you from the top of the crown of the head, feeling nice and tall. But allow all the area around the ribs to be relaxed and breathing more with the abdomen. And also, as we breathe with the abdomen more today, perhaps notice we're going to place a hand on the abdomen and then see if you can get more movement towards the lower part of the abdomen rather than just on the middle. Some people that is a little bit challenging, but again, that would help us to get that energy moving. So place a hand on your belly, right hand on the belly, and left hand you can rest on the knee. Close your eyes. Bring the gaze up. And start feeling the expansions with each inhalation. And gently contract as we exhale. Bringing the movement mainly towards that lower part of the abdomen. Perhaps it's easy for you, or perhaps it feels different and challenging. If that's the case, then let me know after the class. Just relax the forehead, relax the jaw, and keep lengthening that breath, tuning in, connecting with that movement. And as you lengthen the breath, try to exaggerate the movement a little bit more. Instead of trying to come towards the thoracic breathing, then just keep with the abdominal breathing and try to expand as much as you can with the inhalation and squeeze actively with the exhalation. And now rest the hand on your knee and breathe nice and long, but naturally, however feels good for you. One more round of breath. And with the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart. Pressing gently, activate. And as we start with our gratitude practice, you can connect with those elements from the root chakra. If there's anything that you want to say thank you for, whether it's the relationship with your family, the work you have, being able to be passionate and enjoy what you do, to love the place you live. And then as we set our intentions, try to move forward, try to also bring some awakening and some calling into that which we want to bring into our life. Imagining that it's already in your life, that you already have it. And with the next inhalation, raise the palms up, chin up, head back. And exhaling, lowering the arms through the sides, lowering all the way, resting on your lap. Breathing deeply. Relax the shoulders. And another deep breath. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining. So we're going to cross the legs on the other way. Remember when we were practicing last week about the Sukhasana, the cross leg position? So cross your legs by your ankles, and if you want to use a support under the hips, you can do so. But when we are sitting in Sukhasana, then we want to just slightly bring the stomach in and feel almost like we're leaning back just a little bit. So that curve on the spine, as we lean slightly back, it just gets aligned. So anytime we sit in this position, we're helping to activate the root chakra. But if you lean forward and you feel that the lower part of the spine is arched, then can you notice that the muscles Good morning again. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I've changed the internet connection. Should be fine now. So let's stretch the legs first. Let's shake and bounce and move your toes. Good. And then from there, bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana. And again, in the sitting position, wherever we are leaning in, well, in this one it's actually the opposite. If we're leaning back, we relax in the muscle. If we're leaning forward, then it gets more engaged. So in this position, to actually keep the spine straight and the shoulders aligned with the hips also, then we need to lean back slightly. Bring the hands on your knees and the elbows to the sides. Good, and then bring yourself forward, the chin up. Lengthen the spine. Allow the knees to come to the sides as much as possible. If you can push with your hands on the knees and with the weight of your body as you lean forward, then we create a little bit more of hip opening. Okay, and then inhaling, bring the knees together. Back out with the arms and tip toes. Again, tight the arms as closer to the floor as you can. Engage in the pelvic floor. Lifting the feet off the floor just gently, but lean slightly back. Just a little more back. And then inhaling, bring the shin parallel to the floor. And then exhaling. When we wrap around, bring the chin to the chest. Feel the lengthening of the neck, space in between the shoulder blades. Let's keep knees, the feet together, the hips together. So the pelvic floor is active, the root chakra. And then inhaling, then we bring the legs again, shin parallel to the floor. Try to lift the shins so they are aligned with the knees. Good, and then exhale, squeeze the floor if you can. And keep engagement, bring the toes pointing down. Chin the chest, rounding slightly, especially from the upper back. So we feel that stretch. Get on with you once again. Inhale, bring the arms by your sides, lifting the feet up. Good. And then exhale, rounding, and this time bring the knees towards the sides and the arms away from you, at least shoulder width apart. And if the spine wants to round, then allow it to do so, looking at your feet, relaxing the neck, the head hanging free, breathing deeply. Good. And then walk back with the hands slowly, stretch the legs, and again bouncing shake. Move your toes. Good, so we're not going to do many more poses sitting down because we'll do them tomorrow. So bring the hands under the shoulders, the knees, under the hips, and bring the hips side to side. As far to the side as you can. Feeling the twist on the spine, stretch on one side, the compression on the other. Okay. And then come back towards the center. And from there, tuck the toes under, pelvic floor engaged, the feet are touching together, the knees also, and then bring the hips towards the back, but without resting the hips. So you go back as much as you can. The arms are engaged, the fingertips are pressing down, fingers well spread, and then inhaling, raising the hips high, bringing the chest towards the thighs. And you can have the feet off the floor and just breathe there. Sorry, the feet, the heels, and then pedal one at a time. Notice how by bringing the feet together, the big toes touching, the heels is slightly apart, how it becomes a little bit more challenging than when we have the feet hip width apart. If it's too uncomfortable on the back of the legs, if the hamstrings are very tight, then open the feet hip width apart. It's a variation. Good, and then come to the still position, raise the hips as high as you can, and push with the arms, but the elbows soft. Make sure there's no tension on the shoulders. Good, and then from there, walk back with the hands. So any standing position, and especially forward fold, where all the weight is on our feet, they're very good to help us to feel more grounded, to engage with that root chakra. Allow the arms to hang free, the neck. the head, stomach in, and feeling the weight more towards the toes and the ball of the foot. One more round of breath. Good, and then bend the knees, bring the hands in front of you. Straight them out, palms facing each other, stomach in, feet active, legs active. Inhale and start coming up to standing. Keep the knees bent, the hips forward, palms together, Uttanasana. Another standing position, which would help us with that grounding. Make sure the toes are active, the knees are bent, so you can feel the engagement of the shins, the calves, the thighs. Bring the hips slightly forward so you can align the spine a little bit more. And the arms are pulling up, but the shoulders are down. So the elbows trying to come as closer to the ears as you can. Good. And then with the next exhalation, bring the hands towards the heart center, bring the hips to the back, and from here, bend forward again, bring the hands in front of you, and just stretch the back of the legs. Bring the hands forward, just slightly, so you can come on your tiptoes. And then exhaling, walk back with the hands, heels down on the floor. So we walk forward and we come on the tiptoes as high as you can. And then exhaling, walking back, heels down. Good, and once again, inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then slowly start rounding the spine so you can come up to standing without rushing. But when you get up, then shoulders back and down a couple of times. And another 2 forward. Good, and then we come towards the top of the mat. Bring the hands on the hips, bend the left knee and open wide, about the length of one leg. Align the heels, the toes parallel to each other. And then again, bring the weight towards the ball of the feet, the toes, and feel the engagement of the thighs. The knees soft, open wide. See if you can open a little bit wider. It changes the whole experience. When we are just about 1 meter apart, then yes, we start feeling some grounded from the feet, but not so much from the lower, from the base of the spine. So just try to open wider until the pelvis, engage the thighs. The lower part of the abdomen is also very active, the glutes. Good, and then inhaling, stretch the arms by your sides. Relax the shoulders down. Inhaling, bring the palms by your sides. Facing the front of the room. And then exhaling, leaning towards the left. But when we lean to the left, make sure that we're not modifying the position of the hips. So just the arms coming one as high as possible and the other one trying to reach the floor. Keeping the toes active at all times. Fingers well spread so the arms are engaged. One more round of breath. Good. And then inhaling, coming back to the center. Exhaling, lowering the arms down. Squeeze the glutes, inhaling, bring the arms up. And exhaling down and stop at shoulder height. Good. And then next inhalation, palms towards the front. Engage the lower part of the abdomen. And exhaling, leaning towards the right. Feel the stretch on the left side now. compression on the other one. We keep the arms in one side and breathe there. Holding the arms in a straight line with each other. Good, and then the next inhalation, come back to the center. Exhaling, lowering down. And again, inhaling up. And you can arch the spine to look up, to open back. And then exhaling, lowering down. Bring the hands on the hips. The spine is straight and again engaging. Now we bring the right foot in and the left foot out. Just again, make sure that the heels are aligned. Bring the hip lowering down. Again, another reason why it's good to open the legs wider so we can have more range of movement. And then bend the left knee, trying to focus on that grounding. And as we are in that, preparing for warrior one, first we lean forward with the abdomen or with the chest, whatever you want, to arch the spine. And then we lean back. So the hips and the shoulders are aligned, but we've got the back bend. And that way we engage the glutes. Okay, and then bring the palms by your sides. Inhaling, bring them towards the heart center. Breathing slowly. Lowering the hips if you can. Good, and then inhaling, raise the palms up. Try to align the shoulders and the hips as much as you can. Shoulders back, deepen into that back bend. Good, and then exhaling, lowering the hands towards the heart center. Bring the hands down to each side of the foot, left foot. And then bring the hands walking towards the other side. Bringing the left foot in and the right foot out. Before you come up, make sure that the heels are aligned. It's a good moment there to check. And then inhaling, bring the hands on the hips, shoulders back and down, and start coming onto your warrior one on this other side. The wider the legs, the more movement on the hips. Sometimes we think that we can do more when the legs are closer, but it's, in this position it doesn't apply. Good, and then inhaling, bring the palms together at the level of the heart, engaging the glutes, especially the left one. See if you can sink the hips down a little bit more. Good, and then inhaling, bring the arms up. Arch the spine even more. Shoulders back. Good, and then exhaling, bring the hands all the way down to each side of the foot. Good, and then from there, we're going to jump forward. So bend the knee and bring the feet hip width apart. Stretch the arms, stretch the spine, the legs. Good, and then from there, hold the elbows, opposite elbows. Bring the arms behind the head as much as possible. Arms very active, spine straight. Uttanasana. Keep the toes active, feeling the pelvic floor, the root chakra engaged, the lower part of the abdomen. Make sure you're not holding any tension and you're breathing nice and long. One more round of breath. And then release the hands. Stretch the legs. Bring the hands on your hips and slowly start coming up to standing. Shoulders back and down. Find your gaze. Breathe slowly. Good, and then when you're ready to move, move and shake your legs. Shake your arms. Good. And now we're going to grab the blanket to do one more from the floor, and then we get into Savasana. So find yourself sitting in the middle of the mat. Good. And then from here, we lay down and we do side twist. But instead of just keeping the knees relaxed, we try to bring them as closer to the chest as possible. And we go side to side so you can feel that lengthen of the spine from the middle of the spine towards the tailbone. The tailbone should be off the mat. Good, and then stop there in the center and squeeze as tight as you can, and then bring the knees towards the right, keeping them high. And then looking towards the left, if possible, extending the left arm, pelvic floor active. Feel the twist. You can close your eyes and bring the gaze up. Keep breathing slowly, just for a few more rounds of breath. One more in this side. Good, and then first chin up towards the ceiling, and then bring the knees towards you. Rock side to side, releasing any possible tension. Good, and then bring them again very tight, and then knees towards the left, arm towards the right. If you can, look towards the right also. Keep engaging the pelvic floor. So perhaps when you practice this side stretch, you are normally relaxing the position and feeling more the twist of the spine. Now we need to keep the knees as high as possible to gain the benefits of engaging the pelvic floor, the lower part of the abdomen. Good, and then inhaling, bring the knees towards the chest, rock side to side. Good, and then from here, grab your blanket and cover you to get ready for that Savasana. Make any adjustments so you feel comfortable. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs, and close your eyes. Relax the jaw, bring the gaze up, and allow your body to feel comfortable, to feel relaxed. Perhaps feeling your heartbeat. If not, just focus on your breathing and slowly start allowing this one to become automatic, to become free. And then stay there for another 3 minutes, enjoying this, letting go, this relaxation. We allow ourselves to connect with our breath, trusting with ourselves, and letting go of that attachment to the physical body. The more you are able to let go, the more your muscles, your tissues will release any possible tension. And you'll feel more agile, more flexible, and with more energy throughout the day. And stay there for 1 more minute, 2 minutes, you choose. And after that, try to do some meditation. I will leave you here so I don't disturb that energy. After the yoga practice is the best moment to practice some meditation. As long as you're sitting comfortably and you can keep the awareness on the breathing, the gaze up, then you'll be meditating. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow.